Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Rickin' It Up. This is our first show of the season, coming to you June 13th, our very, very first show. I'm here with my good friend Sebastian, who hopes that everyone had thawed out this winter, and is enjoying this beautiful spring day. Sebastian, say hello to the folks.
Hello. I don't know what to say.
Sebastian is kind of a one-word response type boy. Anyway, we wanted to talk about, like I said, a variety of things, starting off with the war in Ukraine. It seems like the United States and a few of the people in the UN have started to really react to it. What do you think?
I think that, Vladimir Putin isn't really doing the right thing in this situation. And it's kind of backfiring on him because he didn't realize how strong the Ukrainians would be against them.
Right.
And they thought it was going to be a wipeout and they were going to be able to easily take over Ukraine. But that's not the truth with all the media in Russia, and people are just fighting back.
Well, they should fight back because this war was unnecessary and ignorant, and I hope Putin gets what he deserves in the end. Also talking about Will Smith today. Will Smith has had an exciting year here in 2022. Starting off with, his awesome movie, King Richard. Why don't we talk about that for a minute? King Richard is a awesome film emulating the life and times of Venus and Serena Williams and what they had to go through and the training that they had to go through to become the top-notch champions that they are today. Seeing that we saw the movie together, King Richard, what did you think about that?
I think that Will Smith played Richard Williams very well. And if you look back at old interviews with him and the media, that's exactly like how he acts in the movie and stuff, and it's portrayed very, very well.
I thought that it was a great film, very powerful, showing that the discipline that it took for those girls to become the elite athletes that they are today. If nobody has seen King Richard, I highly advise that you go out and watch that movie. Also talking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the new show that's out on Amazon, which is a more rough look at Will's experience being in Bel-Air. It's on Amazon, like I said, currently. If you have Amazon Plus, that's where you'll be able to view it. I'm sorry, not on Amazon, Amazon Plus. Have you seen the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I have not.
You have not. Okay. I've only seen the first episode, which seems, like I said, a little rough and raw. It wasn't all the happy-go-lucky television show that, was portrayed on NBC for those number of years. If you haven't seen it and you have Amazon Plus, I would suggest that you see it.
But Will Smith, of course, was in King Richard, and King Richard got nominated for an Oscar.
Yes, it did. And speaking of Oscars, the incident that happened with Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, and Chris Rock. Were you able to see that on television?
I was.
Yes, you were.
It was all over the place.
It was all over. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It was all over the place. After seeing it several times and evaluating it in your own opinion, what did you come to? What conclusion did you come to?
That Jada should have done something if she cared so much,
Well,
I don't know. She just gave him a look. She didn't even.
She did give him a look. But it's hard to say who's right or who's wrong in the situation. But I thought that Will Smith should have shown a lot more class,
Yeah.
and he just really didn't. I mean, he just
whacked him.
do you remember what was said? Do you remember?
Keep my wife's name.
No.
That-
No. He did say that, but no, he said
G.I. Jane joke?
yes. He made a GI Jane joke, because she has that disease.
Yeah, but he who knows? Chris Rock maybe didn't know that she had that disease.
I think that it goes deeper than that. As everybody knows, Will Smith and Jada have what we consider an open marriage, and I think a few things were said maybe backstage that just, just really sent Will off. But before that, he was laughing at all the jokes, and I think he even laughed at that joke.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's just walking up on stage, and I thought he was just going to say something funny or, act like he was choking him or something like that. But
I thought it was scripted at first.
So did I. I thought that they had planned this out and it was something else, but the look on Chris Rock's face and...
he just laughing it off, like...
No, well, when Will Smith went back to his seat, after he, laughed it off, and he yelled, I'm sorry, what did he yell?
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Oh, yes. Word for word.
Except for
word for word.
That's one out there.
But to tell you the truth, even in all that mayhem and chaos, I thought that Chris Rock handled it with class and, maturity. I mean, not too many people are going to get smacked in the face and not do anything about it.
Did you see Dave Chappelle?
I heard about that. I didn't see that.
So, Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage when he was doing his comedy special, and Chris Rock was there. And afterwards, after all the commotion, Chris Rock walks out and he said, I thought it was Will Smith attacking you.
Wasn't Jamie Foxx there?
Yeah, he was
with
there.
No shirt on and a leather vest, cowboy boots, and oh man, wow, what money does to people, what it really does. Anyway, we're going to switch the subject from Hollywood to the NFL, and we're just going to focus on one team today. It will be Sebastian's Green Bay Packers. And now that we have Aaron Rodgers settled in
for the next 3 years.
For the next 3 years, tell us about his contract.
So, I think he made wasn't it the biggest contract in the NFL, something like that.
They keep going up and up, week after week, day after day, week after week. They just keep going up, and it's hard to say because not Priest Holmes. What's the quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers?
No. The Kansas City quarterback is escaping
Patrick
me right
Mahomes?
now. Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, America. It just escaped me for a second. But he had the highest contract last year in NFL history. And then we had the Cheetah.
Jaguar?
No. I'm talking about number 10 from the Chiefs. He's escaping me.
Travis Kelce?
No. Anyway, he was traded to the Dolphins. I'm sorry, America, it's escaping me. He was traded to the Dolphins for, I think it was roughly 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, it was 10 years, 450 million, something like that. I mean, I know that these guys are never going to fulfill their contracts, but still, I mean, that was a lot of money. I would try my best to stay healthy for 10 years. I'm sorry.
But Aaron Rodgers, 3 months ago, it got bumped up. Originally, it was at $42 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got bumped up to $59 million for 2023, and then $49 million in 2024. So, all of that for a 3-year contract is $150 million.
With the incentives, I mean, he's going to make the incentives with touchdown passes and yardage and minutes played and this, that, and the other. So, I mean, he's been pretty consistent the last couple of years. Every once in a while, he had a little spurt where he was injured, and Green Bay was very much in trouble at quarterback.
Yeah.
Speaking of very much at quarterback and replacements, what do you think of the kid Love coming out of Utah State, the quarterback?
Jordan
Love, yes.
for the Packers.
Yes.
I mean, he can't really. Did they trade him?
No.
Yeah. See, like, what is the point? They just gave Aaron Rodgers $150 million. Why would they need Jordan Love?
Listen, Jordan Love, I really believe, was drafted to be the backup in case Aaron Rodgers was injured or out for any, series of time. But
the first game of the season, Aaron Rodgers did so bad. The final score was like 3-something.
It was like 17-3 or something like that.
And then they put Jordan Love in, and he didn't do any better.
No, he was bad.
Yeah.
Well, they put him in at the end of games. We call it garbage time, and he wasn't even impressive in that time.
Aaron Rodgers did win MVP, though.
He did win MVP. He did. But it seems like he can't get past, even though he has a championship, he can't get past the Brady hurdle or any, the last couple years he's been right there at the pinnacle and, has fallen short.
It was the special teams at the end of the season that
we
lost to. The special teams made more points than the Packers did.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Interesting. Now, Aaron Rodgers does not have Davante Adams to throw to anymore. What do you think about that?
I think that Davante Adams kind of pulled a Ben Simmons, and
really,
he got mad because he wasn't being paid as much as Aaron Rodgers to stay on the team, and he went to the Raiders.
So I guess the Raiders paid, but you can't pay all your big stars all that money. There's only so much money to go around. Which is, unfortunate for Aaron. But the year before they gave him a nice little contract. They gave him a nice little contract. No, Davante Adams. That's why I was surprised that he jumped ship like that. I don't think, in all honesty, that Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Also, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have also retained Sammy Watkins from the Chiefs, and also retained Randall Cobb, who was a key receiver last year. What do you think about that?
I think Randall Cobb played very well in the season, and that. How much was the contract with him? Do you know?
Randall Cobb's contract, I'm unsure about that because I didn't know if they were going to retain him or not. So the contract details probably very, very skippy right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that we can get that invitation. But anyway, it's a shame, like you said earlier in the show, that they lost Davante Adams to the Raiders. But they have, in the second round, picked up a pretty good receiver in Christian Watkins. He had, an outstanding 2022 year. It seems like North Dakota State always puts out some quality players. Now, back to our show. We're going to talk about Marvel movies. We've had quite a couple really good Marvel movies come out in recent years, especially with the ones that came out this year.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the latest Marvel movie that you have seen?
Was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go see it with my friends, and it was such a great experience. And I thought it was a very put together well movie, and we get to see the perspectives of other characters in the Marvel universe.
Well, can you please tell me, out of all the movies that you've seen, what is the best one that you've seen out of all the Marvel movies?
I mean, I have a favorite character, but like the best one that I've seen.
As far as, action, graphics, and storyline, and all that.
Probably Infinity War. More Avengers Infinity War.
The last one?
That was the third one.
The third one, yes, the last one. Okay, well, I didn't really care for that one because Tony Stark is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters, and for him to be taken out like that in the end, can't truly appreciate that. But you said your favorite character is who again?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Okay. Yeah, the graphics and stuff on his movies were awesome, especially with the magic element going on there.
Captain America and all them, it's not really like, it's just the fight scenes. It's not really like superstitious.
Well, you got to remember, back then, especially when you started making movies, that's all it was, were explosions and fight scenes. Okay, now that we have all these, graphic backgrounds and all these illusions that you can put into it, Doctor Strange would be pretty cool, because you have all that Hollywood tech. But I thought Black Panther was put together very, very well.
That's the highest rated Marvel movie.
I thought it was very, very good. Had a good storyline, and shows how he started, and that's important. Moving on, we were talking about bucket lists at one point.
For the summer?
You can give me it for the summer. How about that? You just give me your bucket list for the summer. I hope you don't croak over the summer, but it is what it is.
I mean, I'm heading to Tennessee in 2 weeks.
Where in Tennessee?
Gatlinburg.
Oh.
It's like the
Gatlinburg?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like the most popular town in Tennessee, apparently.
Really?
So, yeah.
Over Memphis and Knoxville and...
Well, like, for tourists.
Yeah.
It's
got a lot of Civil War type Historia things going on down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Historical. I'm sorry, historical. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
And is that it for the summer?
I mean, I'm hanging out with my friends a lot.
I'm just saying, are you going to be down there for how many weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
I think like a week. Maybe 8 days.
Okay. And it's just going to be you, Ella, your dad?
Yeah, my brothers.
Your brothers? Okay. All right. Brothers?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't think they were that deep. Anyway, let's talk about your track season.
So, I did track from like March to June. Beginning of June. And I did the 100 and 200 meter dash. And I was injured most of the season with shin splints, so didn't really help my case. But I ran in 2 meets, so.
2 meets? Okay. Who'd you run against?
It was an invitational.
What teams? Do you remember the teams?
All the teams? You mean?
Not all of them, just give me a handful.
Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Coatesville. Villa Maria was there for some reason. I don't know. There's a lot of teams.
So you had shin splints, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's no problem. All you gotta do is, like I said, get new sneakers next time, or heel cups. Heel cups help relieve those a lot. What are your plans athletically next year?
I want to do winter track.
Winter track, yes, that is awesome. It's not really awesome, but you're out there running in the cold air, and if you're like me, when I ran it, you're thinking to yourself, how did I let my guidance counselor talk me into this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that'll get you in great shape for spring track. So
Exactly.
should look forward to that. My track season over at Kimmerton and Waldorf, I had four girls that ran the 100, 200, and the 4x1 relay.
Mm-hmm.
I had one boy who ran the 400 and 800, and like I said, they did really well. They did really well. We came in fourth in this invitational meet, which is unfortunate. It was down in the city, but we didn't medal. But we're looking forward to. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to improving on what we did last year, next year, and hopefully we'll have a handful of more kids. Preseason Chestnut football. Any thoughts?
When's the first game?
First game is, I think it is September 3rd. If I'm not correct, maybe it is September 3rd.
So. Great Valley isn't in the Chestnut.
Great Valley is in the Chestnut, but they are in what we consider a weaker division, which they should be. Anyway, well, it's a shame because you don't score a touchdown in your last three games and get blown out like 48-0, 28-0, and like another 40-point loss. It's very deflating to the kids. It is.
My sister really Ella went to one of the games.
Yes.
She wasn't even watching the game because the score was so bad.
Well, in my opinion, I believe it comes down to coaching. And even though their head coach is a fantastic guidance counselor, I don't think that he's a leader of men as far as, athletics go. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just going on my own personal opinion and what I've seen for several years. Well, that about does it for Ricking It Up, our first show. I'd like to thank Sebastian the Body Irati for joining me, also being my co-producer. Next show, we will go over our pre-season Chestnut football rankings, who's there, who's not, and what we think will happen in week 1. Sebastian, any thoughts?
I just want to say, next episode, we're gonna be in a new studio.
Yes, new studio.
We managed to make enough money off of this podcast to sustain ourselves for the next couple months in the new studio, so.
Well, until then, I'll be eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who supports us. And I also like to thank again Sebastian the Body Irati for co-producing our show. We'll see you next week. Thanks. And I'll see you in the stands.
Adios.